Hey folks, welcome back. Jojo here, back in the garage. This will be day 4 of COVID quarantine for me, and it'll be day 4 of our project. Yesterday was a bad day. Dropping that intake and denting those gaskets, that sucked. But I got a new set of gaskets. We're gonna go ahead and throw them on. I want to get the intake manifold set on. I gotta put the intake gaskets on, lay down the silicone, and then let it tack up, set the intake on, at least before Bears Packers. They're playing tonight at 7:15. So it's about 3 or 4 o'clock now. I'll run up as late as I can. I got laundry going. You know, I gotta stamp some, I gotta clean my fingies and stamp some patties because it's also National Cheeseburger Day. It's the 18th of September today. So got a lot going on. I should have had this project done by now, but you know, way she goes, right? So without any further ado, let's get into re-cleaning the engine, wiping everything down, getting the gasket stuck on there, and then I'm not going to use the rubber China wall gaskets. That is kind of what screwed me last time. I knew better. I thought, well, maybe, you know, because it's a big block I've never worked on before. No, just I'm putting the silicone on like I should have done to begin with, like I've done on every small block I've ever worked on. So we're just going to go from there. Today's a new day. I feel a lot better. The truck is still in a state of disrepair, but what are you going to do? Welcome to Wolfpack Garage. This stayed pretty clean, actually. Cleaned it all up, you know, vacuumed all the ports out, all that. Did all that nonsense. It doesn't matter how much you clean this, you always find little nuggets in there. You know, it's just a bummer. But that's the way it goes. Obviously, we'll change oil before we get, you know, cranking this thing, because I think maybe a little coolant got in there. So, all right. Let me wipe all this down with brake clean, and then we'll get to adding a little bit of Right Stuff gasket sealer, hey? The whole COVID thing in general is just weird. It's weird. Everything is weird. Yesterday I got up, I felt pretty good. I got cranking on the truck, and man, oh man, it's like your energy level, all of a sudden, boop, somebody flips the switch or something. My friends say it's just because I'm old, but like Shane Boy, he's like, oh, it's just because you're old. Well, not just because you're old, but probably. A lot of times these are marked, you know, like, oh, this side down or whatever. These aren't marked, but I mean, because they're unique, right? They're not. See how the edge. Yeah. I text Shane Boy what I had done last night, and he's like, you blah, blah, blah. I can't really tell you what he said. But, you know how guys are, right? Not, are you okay, or did you get hurt? Oh no. Straight into the insults, which is fine. That's the way it goes. All right, we'll see you guys in a half hour with a special helper.
Eventually.
All right, so here's the deal. I got this sitting on a board. Oh, hey folks. We're back. Oh, I guess they still can't see you.
That's okay.
Come on over here.
I'm good.
All right. Well, this time I decided I'd get some help putting this manifold on. So I got Derelette here. The silicone has allowed to set up a little bit. I put a board in between the fan shroud and the alternator, so that's where the manifold is right now. So we're just going to literally pick it up and just set it on there. That's what we're going to do. Okay? That is what kicked out on me and how I dropped it last time. Do you want that, or do you want the little step ladder?
Step ladder.
Okay, so I measured it earlier. This thing weighs like 58 pounds.
I'm good.
Okay, so what we're trying to do is just trying to bring it out here and just set it down straight. We can't slide it or else it'll move the gaskets. We just need to set it down straight. That's all we got to do.
Yeah, you say that like it's easy.
Oh, I know, but I hurt myself last time doing it.
Great. Where do I hold?
Yeah, like there would be a good spot.
Can I just hold it there and you got it down?
Well, you know what? I might actually climb in the truck. Having a derelict around comes in handy when it comes to putting intakes, big block cast iron intakes on a trucks. It's good to have a derelict around. Put that up here. Maybe I can scooch my rump. Okay, I think this is as good as it's gonna get. Ooh, this wire. Oh, might have to fix that later. Okay, you ready? Okay, and we're gonna set it. Oop. Keep going, keep going. Oh, your fingies? There. Great success. Thanks, Dave. Boop. All right, I'm gonna start a couple bolts, let this thing set up, wash my fingies, stamp some patties, make some burgers, and then after dinner, if we get any time between then and the time that the Bears-Packers game kicks off, then we'll start putting this baby back together. All right? All right. Ooh, help me down. Oh,
You're gonna break.
my overalls. Oh, whew, that was intense. Okay, upon closer inspection, I think we're just gonna go ahead and put all the bolts in this thing
Instead of what?
instead of letting it tack up anymore. That stuff I use has a 90-minute cure time, so we're getting close to that already. All right, we back. Getting close to game time. So I'm gonna torque the manifold and I'll probably be done for the night. Google Machine says start here, bolt we probably can't even get on, and work your way out, 25 foot-pounds. Sounds good enough. Can't find my click type. I can't find nothing. Hopefully that'll get in there. Here we go. Okay. 25. 25. Not quite there yet. Click. 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 Oh, we got a double one in there. Maybe this will fit in there. All right, I'm gonna call it quits for tonight. Tomorrow morning, we're gonna throw this thing back together and fire this hog up. And hopefully it runs a lot better than it did before. So stay tuned. Hey folks, welcome back. Jojo here. Day 5. COVID quarantine, the last day. I gotta go back to work tomorrow. This truck still is not done. I'm up against a hard deadline. I got a couple big trips planned for this thing. I have to get it done. It has to work. I'm still short a couple crazy sensors we'll talk about later, but I need to thrash, get this thing back together today so I can drive it this week and make sure all the bugs are worked out of it. So I'm gonna set you guys up. I'm gonna put the camera on a time lapse, and we're just gonna thrash on this thing until we get it running. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching Wolfpack Garage Vlog. All right, moment of truth here. I got the engine oil. I dropped the oil. I did not change the filter yet. Dropped the oil. It did have coolant in it because, you know, when we took the intake manifold off, it had some residual coolant in it that went down into the oil pan. So I got that out, filled it up with oil. We're gonna run it, you know, maybe run around tomorrow and then change the oil and filter again. Get everything buttoned up. I don't know how well it's going to be timed. I got to look into that. That's another deal. You got to disconnect a wire that talks to the computers. Whatever. It is what it is. I got it filled with water instead of coolant. I'm going to try to flush. There was some nastiness in there. Truck's old. I don't know when the last time it was flushed. So I got water in there right now. I'm going to hook up the battery and crank the hog and see, hopefully it fires up, right? It's been a deal. Yeah. The other thing I have to do before I crank on the hog too much is put the fuel pump fuse back in. That would help. Fired up immediately. Not bad. I'm gonna let it run here, warm up, make sure the thermostat opens, and then maybe I'll put you in the cab and we'll go for a spin. All right, Daryl, what do you think?
She's running good.
Yep.
I don't know why I'm talking loud.
Boy, I tell you what, it was a long, strange trip on this thing. We're not done yet, but this is as done as it's gonna get, huh?
Yep. For a while.
The intake gasket turned out okay. Didn't leak. It sealed up the vacuum leaks that we had. Man, oh man, that sucker was heavy. Ruining that first gasket was a real bummer. I didn't like that.
Nobody does, really.
No, but mistakes happen. That's how we learn.
Yep.
Good thing old Darylette was there to help us put the second one on, huh?
Mm-hmm. Her clothes made me laugh.
Yeah. I don't know, the idle's still a little high. I tried recalibrating the idle air control solenoid, and I think it might be faulty, but man, we're just out of time on this project. I got to go back to work. I'm done quarantining. I got some other stuff I have to do later on this week. The biggest thing we wanted to take care of was the vacuum leak on the intake manifold, which we did. Service the transmission, which we did. And just give it a general once-over. I have some parts on order I got to pick up tomorrow. It's going to have to be a project for another day, you know. I don't know what else to do. Nobody really likes working on their tow rig, right? But man, I know I really, really, really don't like it when my tow rig breaks down. I need to, if I find something on Marketplace I want to buy, I need to be able to hook the trailer to it, boom, and I need to hit the road with confidence. And I feel like we're on that right track now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Like, Daryl, give
Yeah,
me
buddy.
1 out of 10 when you first got this truck. Were you scared of it breaking down? Were you
Yeah.
not scared?
I was worried that it was going to break down because, you know, I looked at it when I bought it, but I never really looked at it.
And we went up to Hayward, Wisconsin with it.
Yeah, we did take it up to Hayward. And remember the manifolds? Remember the exhaust came loose and the manifolds cracked?
Yeah.
That, you know, stuff you didn't check, stuff I didn't check.
Yeah,
This-
Daryl, did you have any different trucks at one point?
I've had all kinds of trucks throughout my life. They've always been Chevys. I had 2 Dodges one time, and they weren't bad.
You had all Chevys?
I've had mostly Chevys. Oh, I'm sorry, I've had 3 Dodges. I've had that 2015 Ram, then I had an 84 and an 86. But hey,
Tell her
look,
why you sold that 2015 Ram and got the Chrysler.
because it was too expensive on gas, I was using it as my daily driver.
And?
And what? And it
was super
rode
bumpy.
too rough. Yeah, that sucker was rough. Well, all right, folks, I appreciate you guys tuning in. Little tow rig maintenance before winter sets in. Time's running short. I mean, look at the beans are drying out. Can you believe that, Al?
Mm-hmm.
Gosh darn, it's
Yeah,
been like
really?
a week ago they were green. Now look at them. Corn's getting dry too. They're gonna start picking here before too long.
Oh,
But-
geez, look at this side. It's worse.
Yeah. If you like what you're seeing, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And hey, leave us an old comment. We like the comments.
We'll read them.
We read them. I respond to most of them. You know what I mean? They're fun. I'll be like, yeah, thumbs up or whatever.
I don't
You got a
I
question?
can't respond to them, but I can
No.
use this.
But I can ask Daryl, and then I can respond. Daryl's got a kitty account. You know,
Yeah.
that's all right. But yeah, if you like what you're seeing, stay tuned because we got some more work to do on this. We're going to use this soon to go get something fun, a cool project. We have to. That's what a tow rig's for, right?
You got a tow, a rig.
We got to tow. We got to do something fun. So, all right, folks, catch you on the next one.